All right, we are live.
Woo. Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, I guess, depending on where you're tuning in, or evening. What is that, the Truman Show? Good morning, good evening, good night.
Yes. I love that show.
It's Joanne with expressionsvinyl.com, and Jessica's behind the camera, and Starla is commenting, so...
Should we give them a full hi?
So, today is Vinyl Friday, and we're talking lots of back-to-school stuff right now. So, we thought it would be fun to put something on a backpack. So, how many people have done vinyl on a backpack? I kind of want to hear how many people have done that. Whether it's this type of, this is just a basic one from Amazon, but whether this type of backpack, I know a lot of people we've heard have to use clear backpacks. So have you ever tried putting adhesive on a clear backpack?
Andy Short says that she has.
Oh, yay.
And Kimmy Dawn says, hey, hey.
Good morning, good morning. So while people are tuning in, some really quick news. If you know about our mystery boxes, last month?
June.
July?
July?
It's the end of June. They went out at the beginning of July, I think. It was a lot of our birthday patterns and mystery box. We have an adhesive mystery box, a heat transfer, and then a combined mystery box. And we've got one ready to go again. It will go... There's a pre-sale for Vinyl Club, and it goes on the 19th. So if you're part of Vinyl Club, you'll get the pre-sale on the 19th. Otherwise, everyone else gets it the 22nd. And we have a lot of them ready to go, so there will be a lot, but they will sell out, so you want to jump on that quick. So keep your eyes out on the 22nd of August if you're not in the Vinyl Club. If you're in the Vinyl Club, then the 19th of August.
They're so cute. I can't wait.
It's a fun one. And you actually got a sneak peek of a project we did on accident. So we won't scan back over to Starla because... Jessica didn't realize it was sitting there. I didn't notice it until just a minute ago. I'm like, oh, that's sitting out there.
Ooh.
So
there's lots of projects. I won't know which one.
Yeah. See anything. She's got projects surrounding her, so it won't matter. So we'll get right into it and do vinyl on a backpack. And I thought my pattern was a little bigger, so some of it might not be that big. But just just a cute thing to put on the backpack. Ready to rule the school. Because what little, first or second grader isn't ready to rule the school? I've got a couple nieces and nephews still in grade school, and some of them are ready to rule the school. And they let you know that.
I'm wondering how many people have already started school. Do you already have kids in school? Have you started school?
How many people are back in school, or if you have year-round school? I know.
That seems to be more popular lately.
Yeah. So one thing we're going to cover today, we use them occasionally, but may not talk about them all the time. Pressing pillows, and they are great for something like this, where you've got the zipper. You really want a pressing pillow, and that just compensates for that bulk right there, because you need to make sure your iron is down tight against this. So I'm going, and it's sitting on the edge under my desk because I don't want all the bulk from all of it.
That's a good trick.
That's another thing to kind of work with. So we're gonna try this. Up as tight as I can, and that looks like it's pretty even. And then another thing that we have seen lately, I've seen it on some Facebook groups, you've got to make sure that you're pressing with your iron or your heat press and not just moving it around. You've got to make sure you've got pressure on it. So pressure is key. Starla's playing.
Pressure. I was like...
Starla's playing under pressure over there. There you go. I don't know if you can hear it. So make sure you've got...
I was waiting.
She was ready.
Okay, so we're going to try this first.
And what kind of vinyl do you have here?
This is the Tungsten EasyWeed Electric. Okay, I'm just trying to... backpacks are a little awkward, so I'm trying to get a good spot for it. There we go.
Sometimes you need like 3 hands.
Yeah. And give it a little pressure. I only want a couple seconds, but
I'm going to try and get so they can see like how much pressure you're putting on it.
I actually have to put some weight into it. Okay.
You don't want to break your EasyPress, but you do need to give it a...
You do need to give some pressure to it. There we go.
Ooh, that tungsten looks good.
Ooh, I like that.
She was worried it wasn't going to show up, and I think it's great.
Okay. Then, let's see.
Oh, I love how that electric just gives it a little bit of shine.
Gotta have our little pencil. How many people, I probably shouldn't ask this, but it comes up all the time. Are people for or against putting names on backpacks?
Oh, that's you're triggering, you're saying some trigger words.
I know it's controversial, but I'd be afraid I'd lose my backpack. But I guess you could put on a small spot on the back, but maybe not advertise a giant spot on it. But I've seen a lot of people put their name across it, or for an older kid, maybe that's a little different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like most people are starting in August. Arizona started already. Kimmy Dawn says that's a rough one, and we've got 2 no names.
Nice.
2 votes
that
for
is
no
a rough
names.
one. I know. I was just curious. I'm not saying you should do it one way or the other. Just kind of curious. Okay, and I'm going to do, since I've got quite a few other layers, I'm going to do a couple at a time. But I wanted to make sure that this piece was not underneath the carrier sheet. So
there's some good suggestions, like maybe for preschool, maybe just initials.
Yeah.
So still personalized, but
not
the full name.
Advertising the full, yeah.
Oh man, Sandra says Georgia started school August 1st.
Oh wow.
It's early.
Some kids have been in school for a long time then. I remember around here we always start right before Labor Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we started school and then they had the fair, the state fair.
Yes, the Idaho State Fair. If anybody's coming to the Idaho State Fair, we're not too far away from that.
Yeah, you'll have to come visit. Okay, and just a couple seconds on these. And these 3 that I put on were all EasyWeed. Actually, the yellow is Stretch. It's Sun and Stretch. But it's a good pencil color. Whoops. That one needs a few more seconds. There we go.
Oh man, Sandra says at their school, all the kids have the same color of backpack. So they put names.
So they put names?
Yeah.
See that? I see that too. You gotta put names if it's always the same color.
Diane says, how do you protect the zipper? So do you want to talk about that pillow again?
Okay. Yeah. The zipper, I have the pressing pillow underneath. So it doesn't bulk up like it would normally. This zipper is actually, no, I think it is plastic. It's not doing anything to it.
It's not melting it?
No. No, you do have to be careful, but, and all backpacks are different. So you want to test out a spot. If you've got a different type of backpack, test out a spot. And this one doesn't have, it's not doing anything to the inside. We've used this type of backpack before, so I know it wasn't going to do anything to it, but you want to make sure it's not going to impact the inside. Like some of them could have like a plastic or something that would melt easier. So make sure you're not doing anything to ruin that.
We've done that a time or 2 here.
Just a time or 2.
Melted backs together because the inside melts.
I have to finish weeding the rest. I didn't weed the rest of it.
It's all right. We'll watch you weed.
So if you haven't started back in school, when do you start back in school? When do people start back in school?
Heather says they do monograms on the inside of the bag.
Oh, that's a good idea too.
And Alfred says college, and he starts the 26th of August.
Awesome.
Tracy says school starts August 1st for them. Melissa's kids start on Monday. It is that time of year.
It's all back to school time. So do you send your kids in t-shirts that you've made, or just let them pick out their new school clothes?
Oh, my Designs in the Chaos had free cut files. I think it's yesterday and today, and they were so cute.
Yeah, go to My Designs in the Chaos. They've got a bunch. Also go to Artsy Fartsy Mama.
Oh yeah, she had cute ones too.
She links to a whole bunch of other ones. There's a whole bunch of back to school files in there. Starla could probably put a link in the comments. Artsy Fartsy Mom. We posted something about it the other day.
Yeah.
But what goes on top? I can't do these two together, so they will have to wait.
Because you're carrying
2 more times, yeah. So there's a lot of cute back to school stuff.
I don't know why. I'm such a sucker for school supplies.
Oh, me too.
Like
I was wandering through the aisles of Walmart and looking at all the pens and the school supplies.
So cute.
And the new file holders that have like this zipper on them.
Oh, yes. They're way cute. My son's in high school, and so he's like, I need a tablet and a pencil. And I'm like, well, that's boring. There's all the cute locker, like the mirrors and the wallpaper, and it's so fun.
I want to shop for school supplies, but I don't have any kids going to school. It's just me.
Maybe we need to go shop again and then donate it like we did.
There we go. There we go. So, once this is finally done, this is quicker than I thought it would be. Ooh, awesome.
Ooh, look at that. Oh, how cute.
So we've got the electric, and then the rest is just EasyWeed. That one's EasyWeed Stretch, but the rest is just EasyWeed.
And then that electric.
Yeah.
So cute.
So the important thing to remember is the pressing pillow, and to press and not iron. I've seen that a couple times on different Facebook groups. People wondering why their iron-on wasn't working. It's because they were literally just ironing it on.
Oh, here, do that again.
They were just ironing it on. That does not work. You need to have the pressure on it.
So Andy says her 14-year-old son would not want a shirt made. I hear you, Andy. They are no fun when they turn into teenagers.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, let us know if you've got any questions about other things you want us to try or other things you want us to make. We actually had a meeting, the creative team had a meeting yesterday about another challenge.
Ooh!
So we're trying to come up with something different for a challenge. So if you've got ideas, I talked to one person in customer service yesterday, but the rest of them we'll find out. Karen will find out when she gets back. We're going to have customer service help us think of something, and they'll kind of be in charge of the challenge. So put your comments or requests here so that they can see them, and they'll go through and figure out what to do for the challenge.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because they're like on the front line. They know what you guys are struggling with. So
they know the questions that are coming in and the requests coming in. So they're going to come up with that challenge. But if you've got ideas, put them in here, and they'll kind of pull all the different questions together.
Mary Carmen says, my 9-year-old designs his own shirts for me to make. He loves it.
Oh, fun.
That's way fun. What is the heat press you're using?
Oh, this is the Cricut EasyPress. This is the mini one. I can't remember what size it is. 6x7, I think.
And what temperature did you use for that?
I used 305 for it. It usually requires a little bit hotter, but this is not something that gets washed all the time. But it is pressed down, so it's not gonna come off. So
I think that's something people get confused about with the EasyPress, because Cricut has their heat temperatures.
Right. You've got to follow the correct heat temperatures for what you're using. If you're using the EasyWeed, because we carry Caesar EasyWeed in electric and stretch and just a regular EasyWeed, but we've got all the temperature settings on our website, and that's different than what the Cricut ones are. So you want to follow whichever one you're using. So make sure you follow that. And we've got the link. Starla can put the link up, but we've got right on our website at the top, it's under machine settings. You can find all the cut settings as well as all the temperature settings there.
And Florence says for challenge, tennis shoes and an easy way to do ball caps.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Those are both tricky.
Yeah.
Doable, but tricky.
So if you've made a backpack, after we're done with this live, I would love to see, just link up, share the picture in the comments. We would love to see the different backpacks that you've done. And
do you know what material this backpack is made out of?
it is just a canvas.
It's part of the Amazon Basics.
Polyester.
Okay, polyester.
It's 100% polyester, and it is an Amazon Basics backpack. So, but it's a good. I was looking at it yesterday. I'm like, I think I want one of these. I didn't realize it was a laptop one.
Oh, and they were cheap.
Yeah.
We bought a bunch for a video and
get one of these and decorate. Put my own stuff on here for my laptop. But yeah, so let us know if you've got any other questions. Are there any that I missed?
As Christy says, she melted her daughter's backpack one time.
Yeah,
that's
if
sad.
you're not sure about the fabric, test the corner. Yeah, on the back somewhere you can test a little piece.
Oh, she said that was with an iron before getting an EasyPress.
An iron is a little harder to tell the exact temperature. You kind of got to play with that until you know for sure what the temperature is.
Yeah.
But yeah, show us all the back to school stuff that you guys have been doing in the comments, and we'd love to see them.
Diane says, what about pressing lunch boxes?
That can work.
That's the tricky.
That's the tricky one. You can ruin the insulation on the inside. We did one. This one we just didn't press hot enough, so part of it's coming off. But you have to remember that there's, some of them have plastic on the inside, and look what happened where the EasyPress was. It completely melted. And then you ruin the insulation and it melts the inside. So.
But if you were to put like a pillow or something in between, a Teflon sheet, it still might melt, but you can at least...
But you can at least still, this one you can still use.
Yeah.
But you do have to be careful about the inside. And if it's something that's not, it doesn't have to be washed, you just have to get to the minimum temperature that will adhere the iron-on to it, which is at least 280. So you could lower the temperature on something a little bit, but you still have to make sure it's pressed and will stay on there. So I think that's the only lunch one that we've done.
Starla, do you have any questions that we missed that you saw? We asked them all? Okay. Sometimes I don't see them all show up on my phone, so. What do you guys think about this wall? This is like all our blanks and stuff. Isn't that fun? Could just go shopping. Yeah, we do need to de-junk a little bit.
We do. What should we do with it?
Somebody might have a shopping problem, so I'll bring them bags. I haven't done it for a while. I haven't. I've been a lot better lately because I realize how much we have.
It's Jessica with a shopping problem. We bring blanks in every once in a while, but she brings bags up from downstairs in her office.
Like if Target has good stuff on clearance, ooh, I can't help myself.
I did just buy a whole bunch of dollar t-shirts for little kids at Walmart. They're on clearance for $1.
Ooh, nice.
So if you're still looking for back to school stuff, Walmart has a lot of dollar t-shirts for little ones.
That's awesome. Good blanks.
So yeah, if you've got any questions.
Jamie says we can send it to her.
Okay. Anybody can come and craft with us. We will, let you make something.
Yeah.
There's lots of stuff in there. So yeah, leave your questions below. We'll get to them and share the backpacks that you've done and back to school t-shirts. And then go get those free cut files because there's some cute ones.
And where's this one from? Or did you make it?
I made it.
Oh,
it's Cricut Design Space. All of these images are from Classroom icons. And then the fonts. That's Anchor Jack. Starless linked him to. That's Anchor Jack. That's Amastery.
Oh, there. She linked him again.
And that one's, I almost know them by heart. I can't think of that one.
Allspice?
Yes.
Starla
Starla
cheated. Let me cheat.
There are 3 that I use a lot. So yeah.
Super cute.
And hopefully everybody gets everything ready for back to school, and I think moms are more excited than kids. So enjoy the last couple weekends before you have to go back to school, or keep enjoying if you've already sent your kids back to school. And have a good weekend. See ya.